Hey, Bama Hiker here. I'm out on a little training hike this morning with a 35-pound pack. It's 35 degrees and it's chilly. I got some great news. Recently on Tuesday, January 25th, myself and my fellow climbing partner, Nick Cuzio, were inducted into something special. There's now a new Alabama Sports and Adventure Hall of Fame. We were both recognized for being just basically ordinary Alabamians, but some people who do some extraordinary things in the fields of sports and adventure. Overall, there was about 15 people and groups inducted. It varied from everything from Eddie Ray Hunt Jr., or ER, who's a power lifter, to the husband and wife team of Larry and Rona Dykes, who are long distance runners. Dale Nash, who is in his 70s and has done over 45 Ironman competitions. So we joined kind of a unique group of people being recognized for basically helping to inspire others to get out and lead a more fuller life. Originally, I was first up to produce a 3-minute video which they were going to do on each of the inductees. However, after shooting my video and editing it with Steve Frank Films, the producers realized it's going to take 45 minutes to show all these videos. So they went back to the editing bay and they cut them down to about 1.5 minutes each. I actually have a special treat for you today. Here's my original 3-minute video. When they edited the video down to 1.5 minutes, a lot of what I talked about was taken out of context, and they lost a lot of the great visuals. So, now's a treat. You get to see the original. I hope you enjoy it, and I hope it inspires you to lead a more fuller and active life. Cheers!
My name's James Bullinger. What's my story? I started backpacking and climbing in high school in Northern California in the early 1970s. Nothing too difficult. But then after high school, I enlisted in the Army for 4 years, then attended college, and I received an Army commission and went back on active duty as an Army pilot. In my early 30s, I met my wife Tracy. We settled down and we had 3 daughters. After retiring from the Army in 2004, we settled in Level Plains to raise our kids. Then I began the slow transformation into a fat, inactive couch potato. As a typical dad, I spent most of my free time focused on the family. It was in 2012 I watched the movie called The Way about the Camino de Santiago in Spain. The film had an impact on me, and there's a line in the movie that struck a nerve. You don't choose a life, you live a life. Did I choose to become a couch potato for the rest of my life? I called my younger brother John, and he watched the movie. Then he called me back and said, "When are we going?" So I got motivated, started exercising, and by Memorial Day that year, I'd lost 35 pounds. I was 56 in 2013 when we walked the 500 miles across northern Spain. This is also when I started my Bama Hiker YouTube channel in order to share my videos of our trip with family and friends. After the Camino, I was in really great shape. And so to help me keep the weight off, I started planning physical fitness challenges, and I got back into climbing. One challenge was to climb Mount Shasta, a volcano I had attempted 40 years earlier in high school. It was hard, but I did it. A climber friend of mine called from Colorado, and he spoke about great climbing in Ecuador, but it was very high altitude. So I challenged myself again to climb Mount Shasta, this time helping my brother John to the summit, and then I did a solo climb up Mount Whitney to evaluate my overall fitness to climb in Ecuador. Well, I kicked butt on both mountains. My first trip to Ecuador was in 2017, and I climbed Cayambe, the 3rd highest volcano. I was nearly 60 years old then. My friend Spike Hiker introduced me to high pointing, which is climbing the highest points in each of the 50 states, and that gave me another goal. So for our 30th wedding anniversary, I took my wife Tracy to the top of Mauna Kea, the roof of Hawaii. In February of 2020, I used my climbing skills to help the Army Aviation Museum Foundation to raise money for a restoration project. The Army's only surviving YH-41 Alpha Seneca helicopter had been in storage for nearly 50 years and was slowly deteriorating. We asked people to pledge money towards my successful climb of Cotopaxi, Ecuador's 2nd highest volcano. This raised over $10,000 for the restoration. I turned 64 this year, but I'm going to continue to work on my bucket list before I get too old and too tired. I hope my Bama Hiker adventures on YouTube and now Facebook help to inspire and motivate others to become more active, attempt new challenges, and live a fuller life.
Thanks for letting me come on this dangerous adventure. I know you don't want me to tell you that, but it's a little bit dangerous, but not that much.